Resident Evil 4, one of the most iconic games ever made and regarded by many as not only one of the best Resident Evil games, but one of the greatest games of all time. When a remake was announced, fans were skeptical. We had just had Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, with 2 being extremely well received and 3 being, well, let's just say it was a mixed bag. So what were we in for? Another soulless rehash for cash, or a refined reimagining of a masterpiece?
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
It's safe to say they recaptured the magic of the original game and added a few more bits for good measure. Fans, new and old, came together rejoicing the game's success. All except for one. Leah Alana, a well-regarded one-time Google reviewer, gives Resident Evil 4 Remake a 1 star out of 5. What? No. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. She has to have good reasons. Let's take a look why. Alana says, the first half of the game looked promising, but the more I progressed, I found myself just running by old enemies and trying to be done with the game as soon as possible. It's awful. Now, I'll concede the beginning of the game is one of the strongest points of the game, especially on the first playthrough. However, I think you'll find there are many more moments throughout the game that are just as exciting, if not more. The lake monster battle, the humongous troll fight, the fiery big cheese boss battle, the highly intense minecart chase sequence, the multi-phase Krauser boss battle, and of course the game's iconic jet ski escape. These are just a few exciting moments the game has, and is already more than most games have on the market. There is no way this can be considered awful by any stretch of the imagination. Everything after the village is terrible. I was genuinely enjoying the game until I got to the castle, and it just gets worse from there. There were so many unnecessary and boring puzzles, and it makes the game feel like a chore to play. Code Veronica is my favorite Resident Evil game, with the first game being my second favorite. So I'm not speaking out of bias against puzzles. Of course you're not speaking out of bias against puzzles, you're speaking out of bias against the whole game. I can remember at the beginning of the game, I had to solve a puzzle to progress, but I had to locate 2 heads in separate locations. So I had to travel to those locations to retrieve the 2 heads that were locked behind iron bars that could be unlocked using the correct sequence of symbols. I started to look around at anything to suggest what the code could be, and I noticed yellow paint smeared on the walls, and I kind of realized if I aligned them in a certain way, it would be the symbols used on the code. Aligning these up in a certain order, I found out the code. This is why puzzles are anything but unnecessary and boring. They encourage exploration and give a level of satisfaction to the player once they've completed it. I also came across a few hidden treasures along the way because of this encouraged exploration, which made the game more enjoyable. It's no secret the original Resident Evil 4 changed the franchise's game design in an exciting way, exchanging the fixed camera positions that were jarring to control with modern and intuitive free cam, causing the game to become more action horror and immersive. It seems to be a reoccurring theme with your problems in the review. If it has anything to do with expanding upon or removing from the original survivor horror aspects, it's horrible. However, this is all done to make the game's pacing better for a modern audience, and isn't that what remakes are for? And for someone who later claims they own every Resident Evil game, I'm utterly dumbfounded that you could also say the puzzles are unnecessary and boring. Sure, the puzzles are not the most complex, but they still provide a level of challenge to the player to make them feel like they've accomplished something when they've completed the puzzle. The regenerators aren't even a threat. They look cuter than anything, and the section they added with the body bags is a nice concept that could have been very atmospheric and nerve-wracking, but you can completely avoid them by crouching anyways, so what's the point? Now, this is what confuses me more than anything. The regenerators look cuter than anything? I'm sorry, Alana, we must have different definitions, because if this is cute, then this is beyond horrifying. There's not a single person I could find that did not react in horror when encountering the regenerators. RE fans, YouTubers, and people who have played the game before all find these things horrifying.
Thanks to human...
Are you?
I thought that was
Are you?
Oh my god!
My mom is gonna smack the shit out of me.
Now it can be interpreted that Alana's review is for older generation of RE fans, and that the remake was only intended to serve a modern audience, but that couldn't be further from the truth. This is not only a warm welcome to new fans of the franchise, but a love letter to the original game and its fans. There are so many moments where this game uses original fans' knowledge against them to provide a fun experience.
Sit back and watch a true GameCube era gamer play this shit. This is a classic trick from the GameCube version of the game. Now, all these zombies, they're gonna try and come up this ladder, but you keep shooting them from up here. You're completely safe. This is a really nice trick if you're playing on, professional difficulty. Alright kids, so it's the GameCube gamer back in the building. Today I'm showing you a classic trick from the original game. If you go in this building, the Giganto Beast can't actually grab you. He's too dumb. Now when this happens, try loading a new save file.
Additionally, there are many new areas added to keep the fans engaged. Not only that, modern technology has allowed this game to evolve into a visual and technical marvel. You know you're playing a good game when you can feel the dedication and passion just from the gameplay alone. Resident Evil 4 Remake is a masterpiece, setting a standard for all games and how they should be made. With its jaw-dropping action sequences, engaging puzzles, captivating and fun story that provides an immersive and thrilling experience. Not only giving modern-day fans an opportunity to experience one of the greatest games of all time, but respecting the original game and its fans that come with it.